Public Instruction, Chris Reykdal. Chris.
Thank you, Governor. Thanks, everybody, for really being a part of this moment. 2 years ago, the governor and I stood before the people of the state of Washington and on that fateful day announced that schools were closing in this state, and they closed in all states across the country. At 1.53 million children nationwide were not in in-person learning. From the 5-year-old to the 105-year-old, everybody had a part in a shared responsibility to each other. It involved face covering and distancing and hygiene and in some cases closures. The impacts have been broad, but we also became a state that rapidly addressed this in ways the country was envious of. Half the hospitalization rate per 100,000, half of the loss of life per 100,000. So I want to thank the governor and our partners in health and everybody else who through the duration of this kept health in the focus even as we continued to open. And I would remind folks that a year after that date, we said we're going to get back to in-person learning. And the end of that school year last year, we were 30% or more in person. Within 2 months, we announced that we would be fully in person this year, and we did open statewide in person. And only briefly have we had temporary closures of schools or reversions to remote learning. But all of that's because the science continued to allow us to open up more and continue to do what Washingtonians expected while we kept everyone safe. And this is a big moment. This, as you heard, doesn't mean we are at the end of a complicated virus that's global. It means we get a little bit more flexibility now to take that next step. We'll do it effectively in school. We'll continue to be safe. While folks will have the opportunity to wear masks if they choose, this takes the state mandate out of the way. And I think it's important for folks to recognize that together we got here. I also want to say a big thank you to all of our local health officials who have complicated jobs, our school board members. They're making decisions every day about our health. And before any of us knew what COVID was, those folks were making everyday health decisions in flu season and in mumps outbreaks and other significant public health risks. And much of this will go back to them. But they've been really hard working through all of this. They've been good partners, and we'll expect that to be the case going forward. To every teacher, student, superintendent, principal, school board member, thank you. These are tough moments, and it has had impact, an impact that we understood to be a reality when masks were really just one of the only things we had. But with subsequent vaccines, rapid testing, and what we know now about the ultimate science of this virus, we're at a pretty powerful moment here where we take another step to normalcy. So thank you, Governor. To everyone here, there's a lot more to follow. We'll follow up with school districts, but this is a big moment for us, and we take that next step at the response of the people of the state of Washington. And to our students, hang with us here till the 21st. Please wear those face coverings. It is the law. It's important that we keep that responsibility to each other, that we maintain that expectation to look after one another. That's what got us to be one of the safest states through this whole pandemic, and that's what will carry us through. Thanks, everyone.